The year was 2386. Earth's skies had long stopped being blue. Between webs of orbital satellites and shimmering transport rails, only fragments of sunlight reached the ground. Humanity was no longer alone, not since the Treaty of Celestis, which opened Earth's gates to alien life. Ambassadors, traders, and scientists from other worlds lived among humans now. They wore translator bands and carried light woven into their clothes, luminous thread that pulsed with emotion instead of color. Among them was Ilara of Lyvn, a young alien envoy whose species could read frequencies of thought through light. To humans, she appeared like glass brought to life, translucent skin glowing faintly under the city's neon haze, hair rippling like liquid silver. She was curious and kind, but her smile hid a secret. A sister, Lyra, born blind on a world where sight was everything. To the Lyvn, blindness wasn't just a disability. It was a curse, a mark that disconnected one from the great light, the shared consciousness of their people. Lyra could not see through minds as her kin could. She was born in silence, both in sight and thought. When Earth requested Lyvn envoys to join its peace academies, Ilara brought her sister away from the cool whispers of their homeworld, hoping humanity's softer hearts might see what a people could not. Evan Carter, a human engineer for the Orbital Transit Division, had no patience for politics or aliens. He'd lost his father in the wars before the treaty and distrusted the light beings who now walked Earth's streets. Until he met Ilara. They met in the rain outside the skyport where he worked. She was arguing with a vending unit that refused to recognize her alien biometrics. He fixed it for her, grumbling about universal systems that aren't universal. She laughed, a sound like wind through crystal. Over time, they crossed paths often. She'd visit the skyport with questions about human machines, fascinated that humans built with hands, not minds. But one day, she came with someone else, Lyra. The girl's eyes were clouded silver, faintly glowing even in darkness. She moved carefully, guided by her sister's hand, her voice gentle and uncertain. "This is my sister," Ilara said. "She cannot see your world, but she loves listening to the hum of your engines. She says it feels alive." Evan didn't know what to say. He just nodded and let her sit by the reactor conduits while he worked. She would smile faintly when the machines pulsed, whispering, "It sings." Ilara began visiting often, always with Lyra. Over weeks, Evan found himself waiting for them, waiting for that quiet presence that somehow made the world feel less hollow. But one evening, when the city lights dimmed for energy realignment, Lyra said something that froze him. "Your light is strange, Evan," she said softly. "My light," he chuckled. "You mean my face?" "No," she whispered. "Your light. I can't see it like my sister does, but I feel it. It's warm and restless, like a sunrise that doesn't know it's already morning." He didn't understand then, but Ilara did. She watched silently, eyes filled with something that looked almost like fear or recognition. Weeks turned into months. Ilara's visits grew tense. One night, she confessed the truth. "Evan," she said, "Lyra's condition is worsening. Her blindness isn't just physical. Her body is losing connection to our lifelight. Without it, she'll fade." Evan's stomach dropped. "Fade? You mean?" "She will die," Ilara finished, "unless her light can bond with another consciousness strong enough to sustain her." He blinked. "You mean someone like your kind?" "No," she said. "Someone different. Someone whose soul burns so fiercely it can be felt even through blindness." Her eyes shimmered. "Someone like you." Evan froze. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying," she whispered, "that my sister can't see the universe, but if you let her bond with you, she'll live. She'll see through your warmth, your memories, everything you are." At first, he refused. The idea of linking his mind with an alien terrified him. But when he saw Lyra collapse one night, her glowing skin dimming like a dying ember, he couldn't stand by. The bonding ritual took place in the biochamber beneath Elara's quarters. Silver light filled the room. Lyra lay on a bed of living crystal as Elara placed a Lyvini heart shard between them. "This will connect you," she said. "But it's not like human love or empathy. You'll share light. She'll see through your memories, feel through your emotions. There will be no lies." Evan hesitated, then nodded. If it keeps her alive, do it. The shard pulsed once, then again, and the universe opened. He felt warmth, pain, and music, as if someone had strummed every nerve in his body. He saw flashes, alien skies, crystalline cities, and a girl's lonely childhood surrounded by laughter she couldn't hear. Lyra gasped, eyes widening, really widening, for the first time. "I see," she whispered. "Not the world, but you." Evan fell to his knees, trembling. Elara wept silently in the corner. The bond changed everything. Lyra's body stabilized. She could sense through Evan's emotions, colors, shapes, movement. When he smiled, she saw light. When he cried, she saw rain. They spent hours talking, walking through neon streets. She'd asked him to describe stars, oceans, laughter. When he ran out of words, she'd say, "Then let me feel it," and place a hand on his chest, seeing through his heartbeat. Elara watched from afar, torn between joy and sorrow. She had wanted her sister to live, but never imagined she'd fall in love with the human who saved her. One night, under the dim glow of orbital beacons, Lyra told Evan something that broke him. "When our lights bond fully," she said softly, "one will fade into the other. You will live on, but I may not. Our connection was meant to heal, not to love." He shook his head. "Then I'll break the bond." She smiled. "You can't. You are the sun I borrowed. Without you, there's nothing." War came suddenly. A rogue faction of humans rebelled against alien presence, striking at their embassies. Elara's sector was targeted. Explosions ripped through the skyport, the same one where Evan first met them. He rushed through the chaos, calling Lyra's name. He found her trapped beneath shattered conduits, her light flickering weakly. "Evan!" she gasped. "The bond, it's breaking." He lifted her, ignoring the pain. "Hold on, we're leaving." But Elara appeared beside them, bleeding light. "The reactor is unstable. You have to go." Evan toned. "Come with us." She shook her head. "My place is here." "But take her, please. She can't see the universe, but she'll be yours entirely." The words hit him like thunder. He carried Lyra out as the skyport collapsed. The explosion lit the heavens, and for one brief, eternal second, Lyra saw. She saw the universe reflected in the light pouring from his heart, the sun, the stars, everything her people had worshipped. And she smiled. Weeks later, the war ended. The Lyvini departed Earth, leaving silence where their light once shone. Evan survived, but part of him was missing. He felt it whenever the sun rose, that warmth that wasn't his alone. Sometimes, when the world grew still, he'd hear her voice inside his thoughts. "I still see you, Evan, through the light you gave me." He never told anyone. Some nights, he'd stand by the ruined skyport, watching the stars pulse faintly, and in that glow, he'd swear he saw her, silver hair rippling through the cosmic dark, smiling, waiting.